T-shirt.
Si Talong tsaka si T-shirt.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Good evening. Welcome to the 8th episode of Blip Bytes. I am Ram. I am the tech news editor of Gadget Pilipinas. I am joined by my colleagues. We have Emman, editor-in-chief. There you go. We have Grant Soriano, PC lead. And we have Megs Policies, news writer. For those that are listening in on the to the podcast, as I said Grant's name, he just raised this Tim Hortons cup.
Cheers.
Man.
Cheers.
Di pa tayo
Cheers.
sponsored, ano?
I just have my mug. I think Emman has its own drink, I think.
Yeah, I love milk tea. Salamat sa milk tea.
Yun talaga yung brand nila.
I love milk tea. Favorite ko yan kasi cheap and good.
Akala ko you're actually professing your love.
Cheap and good. Mura pero masarap.
How's everyone doing? Kamusta lahat?
Ayos lang, sir.
Good.
Lumalamig na.
Naghahanda para sa National Events Week.
National Events Week.
Events Weeks pala. Weeks. Kasi dalawang linggo.
Lang. True. It's gonna be quite a busy couple of weeks. Yep. Everyone back in the events. Ikaw, Grant, kamusta?
Clutch actually just finished cooking. So for those on stream, say hi to my food.
Yo.
Ano yan?
For those listening in, what is the food?
I made katsudon.
Wow!
Grabe
So,
pala yun.
Ikaw mismo nag-bread ng pork?
Yeah, actually chicken siya. Sinubusan kami ng
Chicken.
pork. So started cooking at around 6 tapos mga 8. And then ayun.
Clutch nga. So, linagay mo na...
Dapat sinashare yung recipe niya.
Yeah, totoo.
GP Live Cooking Edition.
Yan. Pleto na tayo. May fashion na tayo. May cooking na.
Pang
That's while
TikTok.
cooking.
Pang TikTok no, Gian. So, si Garant, lagyan ng tinapay yung manok, yung ba yun? Linagyan ng breading.
Breading tinapay.
Ay, nako.
May tasty lang sa taas.
Sandwich.
Literal na chicken sandwich pala siya.
So for those that are that have dropped by from the different posts, hello.
Hello.
Para sa mga, if you've seen the poster, alam nyo na, diba, na wala tayong pag-usapan.
Wala tayong topic tonight.
Bale, tapos tayo paalam.
Titigan lang.
Joke lang. We're actually here to talk about nothing, the company. Which if you've listened to Gadget Pilipinas podcast, is a brand that I've followed since it was announced. The main reason why we decided to discuss this in this episode is because Digital Walker recently announced that you can still pre-order. Yeah, I think you can still pre-order the Nothing Ear One, which is their very first gadget, the TW, the true wireless earbuds, and you can buy it from Digital Walker. If you guys are watching the stream, the thing just looks different and sexy. My cup of tea. But before we get to all of that, I think it would be nice to go through the different the history. Well, I guess history. I don't know, but whatever the little info that we know of the company. Also, this stream is not sponsored, by the way. I just want to clear that out. Also, hello kay Bernetta Gonzalez, kay John Stephen Reyes, Clark Calanto. How's everyone doing? Okay, so for those that are not familiar with Nothing, like you're not probably into tech or anything, Nothing is a company that was put up by Carl Pei. Carl Pei is one of the co-founders of OnePlus, so he left after a while. Um, right now, I think the way nothing is positioned and how they're moving right now is kind of similar to OnePlus. I haven't followed OnePlus like from the very beginning, so I'm not sure if it's actually roughly similar. I just know that OnePlus at the time when they were new, they were like the enthusiasts phone. So they weren't there for the money or anything, if I remember correctly. Um, I think Grant is more knowledgeable since he used to be he used to be a OnePlus fan.
Yeah, so the brand positioning for OnePlus was kind of like they were the performance brand for phones. So there's no gimmicks, no or fancy camera tech, 100 times zoom, nothing like that. No, uh, what you call this? The camera branding or fancy display technology tech. Just whatever is latest on the phone, they put it there. But unfortunately, as time grew, they eventually headed to a position where what made them special no longer existed in their latest phones. So I think that the sign or the main turning point was when OnePlus used Color OS for their new phones and no longer Oxygen OS. And of course, before that, yung first sign talaga was CarPlay leaving OnePlus. So I think the OnePlus 8 Pro, I'm not sure, but I think CarPlay was still the CEO when this phone launched. So there's that. And ayun, as you can see, the latest OnePlus phones already have flagship models, but they also uh, created a new line, the Nord line, which was their bread and butter prior to releasing the 10, the 9. I mean, dun talaga sila for that segment talaga, during the mid to high end. It's slightly above average for your standard smartphone, but of course, it offers the necessity and performance. The 90 hertz 90 hertz refresh rate, AMOLED screen, and without the necessary bloatwares. So when CarPlay left, I immediately thought of my next phone, which is I think I'm going iPhone for my next device. So I'm just waiting for my OnePlus 10 Pro to die, but unfortunately, it's a very sturdy device. So I got this around 2020 on the start of the pandemic. Uh, I bought this for the sake of taking pictures for events kasi the camera at that time uh, was appropriate enough. But unfortunately, the pandemic happened. I never got to use the phone as intended. But at least I browse in 1440p 90 hertz. So yeah, with nothing, I'm excited to see. Maybe we'll see the silhouette of OnePlus, especially that most of the employees, I think they have employees that are from OnePlus as well. No, so I think, of course, your leader is CarPlay. So I believe CarPlay will apply the best practices from his previous company. So before OnePlus, he actually worked at Oppo then. So you have those trade secrets that are with CarPlay. So that said, I don't know the latest products yet apart from the TWS. I think they have a phone, but I'm not oriented with it yet. So maybe you guys could tell me, no?
Yep. Natatawa lang ako sa hinihintay mo na masira yung OnePlus 10 pero matibay siya. Para siya yung mga kwento ng kwento ng mga magulang ko na gusto na masira yung sapatos niya para mapalitan na. pero masyado matibay. Pero masyado matibay daw yung mga sapatos nung araw na. Same vibe, same energy. Emman, ikaw, what's your experience with, like, at least maybe not CarPlay in general, but like OnePlus in its early days, since you've been in the in the tech space for a while now.
Grabe naman. Para naman tanda-tanda ko na.
No. I'm really
Joke
saying you're
lang.
a bit. You are a
No,
bit
no,
around.
no. Joke lang. Anyway, I've reviewed a couple of OnePlus phones before. Nakalimutan ko na kung anong OnePlus, but I was able to review a couple of them. I think two of them. At the time, hindi pa siya Color OS nun. So it was still Oxygen OS. And the experience for those phones are it was something that you would expect from flagship, no? Kasi wala pa sila nung Nord nun at the time eh. Wala pa ng Nord, no? So pretty much what you'd expect from a flagship, no? Good cameras, good performance, no? But it was actually the UI that, well, one of the things that separated them from the rest was the UI kasi I think very close to stock yung Oxygen OS. But it doesn't miss out on the features na okay, the features that you would need. And another thing that made them very unique was the design. No? Then and then the pricing. They were like priced usually below the others, no? But still offering flagship specs. And yun. So all I can say is that at the time, no, OnePlus phones are really good, so really really good. And if I had the money back then to buy one, I would have bought one. Now though they've changed, no, they've changed, and then now it's Oxygen Color OS na, no. And yung pricing nila has also gone up to the usual pricing that's offered by some other brands. So I'd say they kind of sort of some lost of some of their identity, no, that made them really really unique. But yeah, they probably have their reasons for that, no. Maybe cost has really gone up for production and they really cannot sustain na yung ganong klaseng business model. They have to have their reasons, no? So again, kung ganun na yun, the only way you can now compete is, if you can be better with your features, maybe with your design, kasi you're now on a level playing field with the others, no? So yun. So yun, that's what I know. And then yeah, back then nung yung unang-unang OnePlus was really it was the hype, no? It was the hype. Sobrang and I wish they'd stuck on that character, no? That's what made them very unique, no? Lalo na yung pricing, but then again, yun nga, so many things happen. So ayun, and then yeah, hopefully for their next releases, yeah, they can bring back some of that, no? Be better than the previous one, of course. With nothing, yeah, it's the hype right now, no? Lalo na ngayong announced na may pre-order nga dito. And ayun, there are also parang news na of the phone also as well. I think pinakita na yung back, no, ng phone, which we'll talk about later. So ayun, and hopefully these are good products, no, that for consumers. And again, consumer lang naman ang mananalo dito, no?
Totoo.
So yeah, I guess that's it for me.
Yun. I think that's really good insight. I think, what is it? I think I remember when OnePlus came out, they're like a huge disruptor in the market. If I remember correct, I never got used to it. I think at the time I was not super into phones just yet. I just had whatever phone worked. But I just know that the OnePlus as a brand has changed, has shifted, as Grant and Emman said. Migs, have you followed OnePlus like before pa or na? Was that out of your
Wala pa
scope?
akong masyadong experience sa karamihan ng mga phone brands.
Mhm.
Konti
see.
pa lang yung kasi nga parehas tayo parang dati kung ano lang yung
Basta
gamit
gumagana,
natin,
diba?
pwede na
Oo.
yan.
Totoo. So yun, after Carl Pay, sorry, moving on, like Carl Pay left OnePlus, and in 2021 he announced he was releasing a new brand that's called Nothing. Which, if you guys know me, I'm a person who loves puns, and this had everything written on it, albeit it's nothing. Soon after they announced that they had investors in, they acquired Essential, the smartphone brand. They also had partnered with Teenage Engineering. I think it's an audio brand. Is that something you're at least familiar with, Migs?
No, hindi rin ako familiar dun.
Might be yung mga pang I think it's a European audio brand. Maybe that's why it's not too big here. And then they released their Ear One, which is their true wireless earphones. Some of its highlights include active noise cancellation, water resistance. They have 11.6 dynamic drivers, which despite having experience in the audio space, I have no idea what how the drivers work. But yes, um, it connects via Bluetooth 5.2 and has SBC and AAC codecs. I think what's most unique, at least for me, with the Nothing Ear One is a design, because it's not the typical what is it, Apple AirPods design na may stem. I wish that they removed the stem, but they probably put stuff in there. But at least there's a bit of like I think one of the things design wise is the design. Oh, design wise, wow, what is that sentence? The One of the unique designs of Nothing is their aesthetic choices, which is transparent. So those that are watching the stream, like you can see that the body is transparent, which I think is very unique. I'm not sure if you guys have you guys seen like audio gear na transparent in this day and age.
Parang bihira eh.
No, kasi for audio gears, mostly brands do not take the time to fix the internal aesthetics. No? So there's wires cluttered everywhere.
Oh.
And of course, yung color choices ng PCB, the neodymium magnets, etc. So it's actually a real challenge to if you want to show off the internals
Yeah.
with that transparent design.
Lalo na yung mga high precision na speakers. Kasi minsan yung kahoy niya mismo parte nung quality ng sound eh. So hindi pwede lagyan ng transparent na material.
I mean, that's you know what, I've never thought of that. I've never thought of the interiors being a factor into why many companies haven't why companies don't go into transparent. But so it's like building a PC.
Cable management.
Yeah.
Kita nung daming kung ano-ano.
Kasi like back then we didn't care about there wasn't the color options in PCs. There wasn't the color coding, RGB and everything. So everything was like shrouded in like just metal stuff. I guess it would be is that a good comparison metaphor as to why it's not usually done for audio equipment, the transparency, because like the old PCs where it's at whatever color.
Actually,
Di siya nagmamatch. Basta gumagana.
Ang naalala ko dyan, parang yung pinag-usapan namin ni Sir Gian kanina, yung mga dating Game Boy na transparent. Yun yung naalala namin nung nakita namin yung itsura niya.
Actually, totoo. Which which makes not the design philosophy of nothing a blast from the past because
In a way.
Actually, there is like a couple of brands there are a couple of brands who went for the transparent design, no? One of them is IDs, no? The Mermaid S2 that we reviewed before, I remember that was transparent, no? So kita mo yung arrangement ng drivers niya sa loob, kita mo yung the mess inside, no?
the mess
Yeah, the mess inside. I mean, it's sort of a mess depende sa titingin, no?
Yeah.
Siyempre kung engineer ka or you know those things, hindi yun mess sa'yo, no? But to someone who's a minimalist siguro, or to someone who's used to things being organized, that's a mess.
Crazy.
Diba? So, yeah, ito naman yung sinabi ni Migs kanina, no? In a lot of cases kasi, especially for speakers, the material that's used for the housing is also part of why it sounds nice. And a lot of speakers actually they're colored like black, wood, no, white. Meron mga ibang eccentric na kulay, pero they're usually monotone, no. Yun. They're supposed to also kasi blend in. I think they're also supposed to blend in kasi with your setup.
Yeah.
No. So parang hindi ko rin ma-imagine, no, that you have a transparent speaker and then medyo contemporary yung setup mo, no. Like for example, meron kang turntable, no. Kasi when you think of a listening corner, no, ako when I think of a listening corner, it's contemporary place, parang medyo it's sort of a toned down classical place, no?
Yeah.
Na para ka lang nasa cafe, gano'n, no? Very, very relaxed, no? And then when you put something transparent there, it's just parang, it sort of ruins the mood, no? Parang, di ba? I mean, I get it. That kind of design should fit there's a perfect setup for that, no?
Yeah.
Kung siguro talagang modern ka, no, and very kumbaga hindi masyadong hindi classical yung setup mo, then that should fit in, no? But I think that marami kasi karamihan din sa mga enthusiasts, no, are kita mo mga kwarto nila puro yan ganun yung dating medyo contemporary, classical, no? Parang the usual wooden look, no? Na nandun yung mga amplifiers that are black, that are silver, no? So it just doesn't fit in, no? Parang ganun. And then we can also have to consider then baka mas costly siya gawin, no? And also probably they don't want people peeking at how they do things inside. Diba?
That's fair too.
Kasi, diba, that's a design parang pinapakita mo sa mundo yung, this is how we do things. And also that I think that also correlates to phones, no? Why would you show, your competitors, ganito pala yung design nyo, Okay. Hindi na kami mag-reverse engineering. Ito pala yung pinapakita nyo na Diba? So, there are a couple of reasons why probably it's not done. Probably because, it's not widely parang popular in the product segment, no? But transparency in itself is, welcome in other gadgets. One of the things I can think of is yung Mermaid S2 and the Oppo buds that we reviewed recently, no? Yung translucent yung cap nung ng TWS yung case, no? Though it really doesn't serve though it really doesn't serve any purpose apart from to show off, honestly. It could play a role in other products dahil pag transparent you don't have to open it to know whether your buds are charging or not, diba? May mga ganun, diba? So it has some purpose, no? But kumbaga na lang yan, malaking depende, and if it's in demand by consumers probably. I guess there's not enough demand for it. That's why wala, no? But I wouldn't be surprised if anyone tries, no?
True.
Kung naririnig nila to, baka Meron dyan. Baka mamaya si Audio Engine, biglang meron na lang. AA2 Plus na transparent edition. Oh. Ano yung ganun, di ba? So yeah, I sort of that's what I think, no, as to why it's not happening.
It's not
It's
seen
not it's
as
not a common thing
yeah,
in audio products, at
yeah,
least, no, even in phones. No.
yeah. May magandang tanong si John Stephen Reyes. Do you think nothing made the transparent their own? Like you can recognize the brand sa design pa lang.
Yeah, mukhang yun yung habol nila eh.
Yeah. Actually, ang ganda ng combination nung parang 8-bit text nila
Totoo.
plus the
Oo.
transparent design. Parang
May
it
retro
feels
feel.
classic but yet
Yeah, it's sort
parang
of
premium. Yung mixture niya parang
Totoo.
refreshing siya in a way. Plus
uh,
yung color choice.
It's very akin to 90s. Yung mga Game Boy.
Mga Game Boy, yeah.
another thing that I could
Oh.
think of pala is durability.
Mhm.
When you make something transparent, usually that's plastic, diba?
Mhm.
Instead of wood or metal, diba? So
Mm.
if you wanna promote a certain sense of durability to your product, diba? Usually you'd enclose it in wood, lalo na yung mahal, diba? Lalo
Mhm.
na speakers, no, headphones, no, even the higher end headphones. Ayan, for example, the DT1990 Pro is, all metal yung ano niya, yung shell niya dito sa yung ear cups niya, no? Which it's built like a tank talaga. Ayan. Ayan. So durability could also be one thing. But yun nga, I agree that this design of the ear one is, very unique.
Yeah.
Very unique. I just hope that, it's as durable as it's durable as well. No?
That's true. Although it's not gonna change much because it's an earphone and a lot of earphones are still made of plastic. So and then to be fair, it's not totally transparent for those that are just listening into the podcast. The piece of the earbuds that you put into your ear, like that part is still it's still the same old plastic, like white or black plastic. And then it's just the stem itself that you can see through. Yeah. Blank asks yung company na nothing is under BBK. If I'm BBK pa din ba? No. So for those that don't know, BBK is the parang parent company of Oppo, Vivo, and OnePlus, Realme, and Ico, and everything related to those companies. Nothing is separate from
Dependent
BBK.
sila.
Yeah,
Oo.
it's I think under Carl Pay. I'm
Oo.
not sure if it's listed under his name, but yeah. Hindi siya BBK. Napiso BKK.
Yung sabi niya parang a completely independent company owned by our founding team and our investors.
Yeah. Ayan. Which kind of makes it exciting. But at the same time, long-term wise, you kind of worry like how will they sustain themselves. So I hope that they're able to sustain themselves with the products that they'll release. Kasi I think that's one of the reasons. Like this is just me speculating, as someone of tech and someone that's just familiar with tech, a little bit familiar with business. Is that OnePlus kind of had to go a bit more mainstream because I'm guessing they weren't sustaining themselves. Again, this is just me speculating. But yeah. If you guys have any more questions in the stream, go ahead. Just drop it down. I'm kind of excited. I'm excited to see the nothing ear one in the Philippines. Digital Walker, if you know, if you wanna give us a review unit, I will gladly
Baka naman
accept.
maybe.
Give us nothing.
Give us nothing, and they will actually give us nothing. Like nothing.
Insert meme. They give you nothing.
Ito po. Ito po wala kaming binigay sa'yo.
You know.
but yeah. If you guys are interested, it's I think available for pre-order. It's a digital walker. So next up is the Nothing Phone 1, which is their upcoming device. Hindi pa siya released. It's heavily teased. Like I had to stop myself from writing so much on this phone because as I told Gian before the podcast, like baka maging Nothing Pilipinas na tayo. sa dami ng sa dami ng updates and leaks and speculations sa Nothing Phone 1. Dahil exciting nga naman. Because I think it's been a while since a new phone brand has like launched a new phone that which I think this is most exciting because because Carl Pay is attached to it. I think if it wasn't ayun, Gian has it up on the stream. If you guys are listening in, you can buy it from Digital Walker for I think that's for 990. Oh no, that's a pre-order price. 5990 is I think the retail, which is pretty good. We hope we can get a like a unit so we can test it out for you guys. But it's beyond us. So yeah. Nothing Phone 1 I think is exciting only because of Carl Pay. And the hype that he was able to build around the brand. I'm that's just me talking. I'm not sure about you guys. What do you guys think? Do you think this brand and in general would be this highly covered aside from the name itself, which I do, but do you think it would be covered if Carl Pay was not attached to it?
So, Carl definitely made a jump start in regards to marketing and promotion.
Mhm.
But I think it will all boil down to their first product. So, it depends on how does the true wireless earbuds perform,
Mhm.
and of course the Nothing Phone as well. So,
Yeah.
if those two are a flop, I believe not as many. Uh, we won't see the same amount of media covering Nothing if those products are subpar or not up to
Mm.
our expectations. At
Yeah.
least what most people want to see is some sort of OnePlus performance centric, no frills device, diba? So
True.
yun na. So you have the name to jumpstart your brand, but after all that, it will ultimately lie on the product na if it's good or not. And since 5,990
Mhm.
is a good price for TWS kasi you have TWS ranging up to 20,000, di ba, with the
Mm.
Sennheiser Momentums, and of course you have as low as 1,000 peso with the Mi earbuds. So
Mm.
is 5,000 a mid-range price, a slightly premium price? So I want to know your inputs, especially Boss Emman,
Yeah.
O talaga.
having reviewed the
Bakit
ROG Setra,
hindi?
diba?
Naku,
Bakit
nag-freeze na
hindi?
naman. Ay, hindi, yung pala, gumalaw. Nag-blink yung mata ko. Ayan. Akala ko nag-freeze ako dun sa screen. Eh. Anyway, ano ba? Different people kasi classify the pricing differently eh.
Okay.
Depende kung kanino ka makikipag-usap. Kung
Mhm.
doon ka makikipag-usap sa taong matipid
Mm.
at budget-oriented, even actually 3K, 4K, mahal na sa kanya yun.
Aha.
Sabihin niya na yun, medyo mahal na yun. Depende kasi sa kung magkano yung willing kang spend in for one, no? And gaano ka-importante yon sa buhay mo, no? Oo, kasi for the usual, may magamit lang siya na medyo okay yung tunog, okay na sa kanya yan eh. No? So yung mga 3K, yun nga, 3K medyo namamahalan na siya dun. Kung makikipag-usap ka naman sa talagang immersed sa ganyan, enthusiast pagdating sa ganyan, or talagang yun nga, yung kung natetest, isa ka doon sa mga nakapag-test ng mga higher end models, you would say that around 5K is still pretty much bordering the budget segment of the spectrum, no. Ako personally, I would say that is the budget segment of the spectrum. Anything below 10K, I would say, is probably around the higher budget range, no? Higher entry level, parang ganun. Parang kung sa mid-range, meron ka low, mid, and high mid-range. Pagdating sa budget, may ganun ka din, no? Ganun. But then again, yun nga, yung quality naman din yung nagsasabi, kasi there are a ton of TWS earbuds that I personally used before that are below 10K, below 5K, that are actually they punch well above their price, no. So ayun, I guess depende na lang yan kung gaano siya kaimportante sa'yo, no? How do you what budget do you have, no? Or how do you kasi kung talagang hinahanap mo yung sound na maganda, with all of the features na well, you will be able to find it actually. Ngayon, medyo diverse na eh. Before, you won't find features like, ANC and wireless charging. Hindi mo yun makikita sa mga anything below 5K eh. But ngayon, with, as technology has advanced, no, brands are now coming up with devices. Can I mention ba a product? Okay lang? The recent ROG, etc., TWS, that's something that's around 5K, no? But that punches above 5K in terms of what it can offer because it has wireless charging. It's got ANC. It's even got game mode. It even has RGB, diba? So parang now it's a sort of yung line between that budget and that high-end thing. Medyo lumalapit na siya, no, in terms of the actual quality, no. But yeah, I mean, if you actually compare pa rin, I guess, if yung, say, yung noise cancelling ng 5,000 to a noise cancelling nung 10K or more than that, yun, siguro maramdaman mo yung difference. But per se, no, the feature, it's now available in something lower than 5K, no, or around 5K, and that's good for the consumers, diba? Kasi you don't have to go to the upper end of the spectrum to get decent noise cancelling, if that is your priority for earbud. So yun nga. Ayun. So sobrang daming depende na ngayon, lalo na ngayon, no. Before kasi very clear yan na pag below 5K ka, ito lang yung features na accessible sa'yo. But now, hindi na ganun eh. Iba na. So, yun.
For you, which is more important, sound quality or features?
Ako, sound quality.
Yeah.
That's my priority.
But
And yeah.
sound quality is subjective.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
So what kind of sound are you looking for? Like balance?
Ako, I'm more of ano ba? Ngayon, yeah, I am
Personality.
hindi ako bass head eh. Definitely not a bass head. So more on clarity ako. More on gusto ko yung medyo crisp, medyo airy na tunog. Maganda yung sparkle, no. Ayoko masyadong warm. Gusto ko rin okay yung detail retrieval, no, that you can hear the subtle, lalo na yung mga guitar things that you don't hear on other headphones, that you hear on some headphones, no, yung mga very subtle things, no. Yun yung nakakakiliti kasi when you that's the thing that makes, I guess, to me, what makes it interesting when you jump from a budget headphone to an audiophile headphone. No, you can really sort of, I guess, up to a certain price point. No? Kasi meron yan diminishing returns na after. No, but if you jump from one class to another, you really hear it. No, there's really nothing like the experience when you hear the difference, no? In the details. No, the things that you don't hear on another headphone that you hear on the other headphone. Magugot ka, may ganun pala dun. Ah, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I
That,
get.
yeah, during usually even for the start of the song, no? Okay, maybe there's something playing pala in the background, no? Na hindi ko naririnig dun sa isa, no? So that's what makes you curious, no? So, no? And I guess that's what you pay for, no? The better quality overall, no? Ayun.
Thank you for your insight, sir. Ikaw, Migs, anong preference mo sa headset? Like, quality, audio quality, ANC? Does ANC even matter for you?
ANC di masyado kasi usually headphones and wireless earbuds ang ginagamit ko pang music trip lang talaga. So more on music quality ako, although hindi naman kailangan audiophile quality na high-res audio yung mga ganun. Basta enough lang na kunyari may minimix akong song. Gusto ko lang may 2 or 3 kung pwedeng gamitin na different sources ng audio para lang ma-compare ko yung mix. Minsan yun, earphones, ganyan, headphones, tapos minsan sa kotse. Yun yung mga typical na ginagamit pag nag-mix. Pero yun, so yung sa akin, quality talaga.
So, do you think the 5,990 price of nothing Ear 1 is... Do you think that's a good price or not?
Hirap sabihin eh. Kailangan ko munang marinig.
That's fair.
Pero kung yun sa design pa lang, yung design pa lang kasi parang may na-set na siya na may na-set na siya na parang minimum
Expectation.
Na so parang yun na lang kailangan mo na lang siya marinig.
So, depende talaga kung okay yung tunog.
Oo yun talaga eh.
Sabi ni John Stephen Reyes, Sir Emman, yung instruments and background music, vocals, rinig mo sa sobrang quality and crisp ng sound ng buds. Uy, mukhang 5K for IEMs, nothing lang yan, sabi ni Martin Patino. Shoutout kay Martin Patino ng Will Work for Games. Gusto ko yung may magandang ANC, yung hindi talaga rinig yung nasa paligid mo, sabi ni John Stephen Reyes. Actually, I don't think I've tried ANC headphones or earphones yet. Ako may transparency mode yung momentum.
Drop by a Sony store and try the XM4. Usually they let you demo it naman eh.
Like yung XM, like just moving aside. Yun yung parang that's all I want in my life. All I want is an XM4 or like an XM earbuds from Sony. Tingin ko solo na ako dun.
Yeah, they're really good, no. Well, they don't have the 5 yet, no.
Yeah.
They just have the 5 for the over ear, no. Actually, curious din ako eh. Gusto ko rin actually siya matry. I tried the 4. I tried the 4,
diba?
no. But I haven't tried the 5 yet. No? So,
yung design ng XM5 looks nice, but that's a different
that's a different topic. Yeah.
Hopefully
we get to sana mag-offer din si Sony, no. Review unit, no? So we can try it.
True.
That would be nice.
All right, wait, sorry. Ayan, okay. So with ear ones, I think all that's left for it on our side is hopefully we get to try it.
Yep.
Since honestly, I like on my personal experience, I'm more of a bass head. I like punchy basses.
So
Um,
gusto mo yung tugs, gano'n.
these I think given by Gian, it's like good, nice punch. Ayoko nung medyo nakaangat yung tunog para. Or siya, gusto yung sinasapak yung tenga ko. Pag wala yung sapak, parang kulang to.
Yeah, I sort of get it.
Yeah. That's just me. I'm interested to try the ear one. But I'm thinking of pre-order of buying it, but I don't know. I've yet to decide. I have time.
Sobrang I mean kasi on paper it looks like it's good for the price, no? On paper,
True.
no? Just the ANC, no, is something that you would not commonly find in that price
That
range,
price,
right?
yeah.
So that alone is a compelling reason to get it. But then again, like I always, like I always tell anyone who asks me for recommendations sa headphones, at the end of the day, magkaiba tayo ng tenga.
Yun
So
Kaya ang
my
hirap.
what's good for me may not be good for you. So
Mhm.
the best recommendation that I can give you is to try it yourself.
Yes.
AK bili ako.
You don't have to buy it. I mean, you can just try
Bet
it
nga
if
naman.
you can try it. No,
Ah,
there are stores that let you try their headphones. Egghead, Egghead number one. I mean, yeah, di ba?
Napakamot ng ulo eh.
Tagal-tagal ko nang hindi nakakapunta doon. Yun yung nakaka-magnet yung pag dumadaan ka. Yung parang patagilid kang gano'n.
Delikado din. Parang
Papasok ka
bumibili
na,
ng kotse.
di ba?
Second-hand
But
car
I mean,
dito.
honestly, it's nice to, I think that's one of the things that a lot of stores should have. No, is that if you're offering audio products, you should let people try your audio product. Diba? Kasi some stores don't Some stores don't let you try it.
Huwag lang yung in-ear. Yok. Joke lang.
Unless meron silang, of course, meron kang dalang sarili mong tips, no?
Just the tips.
Just the tips.
And you clean it before you use it, of
Baka amoy
course.
cheese na yun.
Yeah.
Dapat may sarili ka talagang tips. Kasi yun din actually one of the things that also could define sound quality is yung tips din na ginagamit mo.
Oh.
Some tips offer better isolation, but less comfort. Some tips better comfort, offer better comfort, but less isolation. Ganon. May
So,
tips na makati sa tenga, pero maganda yung sound. May tips
Hindi
na
sa pogi.
sobrang baon sa tenga mo. So sobrang isolated ka and you hear everything, but it can stress your ears out, no?
yeah.
May mga ganun, no? Depende talaga yan. Even the tips play a factor. So, that's why I always say, even if may kasamang tips na andun sa box with the box, no? If you have a certain particular tips that you usually use, no, with your IEMs, you should try that. Kasi usually universal naman yan. It should fit, no? Unless unique yung stem ni year one, no? That it only uses yung tips niya. But there are so many brands of, tips out there that you can get, no? If you go to some groups here on Facebook na you should be able to get yung mga recommendations sa mga tao dun as to which tips are, good for comfort, ano ba yung good for maximum isolation. Yeah. So, yeah.
So there's your audio tips from
Just the
Emman.
tips by Sir Emman. Just the tips by Sir Emman.
Just the tips. Bili
Separate
kayo
show ay
IEMs,
grant.
just the tips.
Grant.
Yan. But yeah, I agree. I think audio stores should allow the customers to try their headsets. Because I personally have bought earphones that I've never tried before. Tapos pag gamit ko parang, oh my god, what
Yep.
is this?
Hirap
Parang,
yan.
parang nang hinaya ko sa binili ko.
Yeah.
Paluglatan.
Lalo na when you go up the price range.
Oo.
Yun yung wag talagang buy blind. Oo.
Thankfully, hindi naman ako umakit ng lumalagpas na 5K rin.
This one is a buy blind. What I have now.
Oh,
This
yeah.
one was a buy blind. I didn't know. I listened to it like a few years ago, but I never listened to it after that. I just knew that it was good.
Hmm.
No? So don't be like me.
Wait, are you
uh,
saying you regret getting out then?
hindi. I mean, it's good because I knew it was good, but
Hmm.
hindi ko na maalala yung sound signature niya. I just
Ah,
knew it was good.
true.
No, but don't rely on that. No, don't
Oh,
rely on that. If you could try it, try it.
yan.
Lalo na 'pag marami ka na na-experience ng ibang
Oo,
headphones.
kasi
Oh.
baka ano yun yung mga case kasi na minsan or actually a lot of cases na price doesn't dictate yung yung eventual na gusto mo pala, no? Minsan when you jump to a higher price range, akala mo it's not automatically better kasi, no? Since sound nga is subjective. So, um, ayun, minsan 'pag umakyat kasi, ito 9 sabihin natin 10K, yung isa 8K, no?
Hmm.
If you go to the 10K, ay teka, wait lang, mas okay pala sa akin yung 8K.
Yup,
'Di
yup.
ba? So nakatipid ka, no? But and you got what you want,
Yeah.
no? Oo. Hindi
Depende rin
maganda
sa
yung
gamit.
gumastos ka na nga ng mas mahal, hindi mo pa nakuha yung gusto mo, 'di ba?
Oo.
So
Oh.
medyo yan.
So
So,
yun
when
din,
it comes
depende
to
rin sa kung
headphones,
saan mo
if you can
gagamitin.
try it. No, that's the
Sorry,
best
anyway.
tool to
Depende rin kung saan mo gagamitin, eh, kasi kung
Hmm.
purely for listening, marami rin iba't ibang klase ng trip sa
Hmm.
gano'n. Ta's kung
Mm.
gagamitin mo for technical reasons, ang dami na namang iba't ibang
Hmm.
hinahanap. Kasi technically 'pag gagamitin mo siya sa kunyari sa mixing ganyan, mas pinipili ko yung mas flat na tunog, eh, yung walang
Yep,
bass boost, walang mga gano'n.
preference.
Eh, 'pag
Preference.
pinang-consume mo ng music yun, kumbaga sa tao na hindi naman audio engineer, parang ang boring naman ng tunog nitong headphones na 'to.
Yeah.
Kasi grabe na rin talaga yung mga enhancements ngayon sa headphones, eh. Talagang
Hmm.
True.
parang yung Tranya na ginagamit ko ngayon, medyo nabaliw ako dun sa bass nun kasi hindi ko in-expect na kaya ng gano'n kaliit na device yung gano'n kalalim na bass. Since
Hmm.
first time ko lang din maka-try ng in-ear na yun yung parang highlight.
Ah, yeah. Ayan.
A lot of good audio tips.
Yeah.
Just the tips.
Just
Basta
yeah.
guys, don't just buy blindly. I think
Hmm.
it goes for anything naman, no? Not just
Yes.
headphones.
'Pag may way
Even
kayong i-try niyo muna.
even smartphones, even speakers, no?
Well, although I
Uh,
think it's mas madaling tumingin ng review ng smartphone
yeah.
kumpara sa
Yeah.
Audio,
earphones
oo.
audio.
Uh, yep.
Because you can see my benchmarks, you
Mhm.
can see the performance of the battery, the camera. Medyo mas tangible yung
Hmm.
performance ng phone
Yep.
versus sa audio. Because audio is very subjective, as you
Yep.
mentioned many
Mahirap ng
times
audio
here.
ano.
Yeah,
Depende din sa nag-review yan.
yeah, true.
Uh,
So yeah. Speaking of phones, si nating maglalabas ng phone. I think in early July, July 12.
kala ko
Pero
ba,
as far
kala,
sorry.
kala ko ba nating? So,
No, wala sila lalabas eh.
Lapit na yun.
Lapit na yun
Paprelinggo na
actually.
lang.
Ano na?
Paprelinggo na lang.
True. Pero as far as now, may mga tinitease na nila. And one thing I like random personal opinion. I like the teaser photos. It's just a black background, the device, and then an animal. So for the ear one, they used I think bugs on top of the device, and then for the phone, they used the parakeet, bird, parrot. Hindi ko alam kung ano siya, pero colorful bird. I think it also helps them that the devices are solid colors. Like this is white. The phone that they're teaching it on is white. And it's not totally as transparent as you'd think, but kind of gives you it. It's clear enough for those that are watching the stream. Clear enough that you see the lights that are surrounding the lenses. So it looks like the lenses are floating. But it's only because the back panel is clear, and you can also see the wireless charging ring and all that. So I like I was kind of disappointed at first with that it's not super transparent, but it also makes sense that it's not super transparent because they also did it with the phone with the ear one. So yeah, I'm kind of all right with it. In relation to this with the device, they announced nothing announced a partnership with Qualcomm previously, so which means we will see a Qualcomm chipset inside, which I think is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 7 Gen 1.
Yep.
Which should be interesting because has there
It's
been
the
a device?
first. It's the first, no? Is
I
it the
think it
first?
is. Unless there's a phone that come out before the 12th. But I think it should be one of the first. Imagine if they're the first they introduced the Snapdragon 7 Gen 1. It'll be quite unique for them. Like they're for a startup tech company. It'll be pretty interesting. Uh other expected features include 45-watt fast wire charging, nothing OS on top of Android 12. Nothing OS I think is available on the Google Play Store. So if you kind of want to try out their Android skin, you can install it I think as a launcher on your device. I use Huawei devices, so I don't have that liberty. But yeah, that's I think that's all that's revealed so far. Of the phone one. What do you guys think of the design? Is it unique enough to pique your interest? Uh, Migs.
Hindi ko mag-gets pero ang naaalala ko talaga 'pag nakikita ko yung ito tsaka yung earbuds kanina para siyang anong game 'to? Nakalimutan ko yung pangalan nung game, eh. Yung game ni Kojima. Kasi ganyan yung parang
Death
style na
Stranding.
lumalabas, eh. Oo, 'di ba yung parang transparent tas puti, tas kita mo yung mga nasa loob.
Yeah, I think I
Parang
see it.
parang gano'n yung hindi ko alam bakit, pero yun yung naalala ko 'pag nakikita ko yung design nila.
So, do you think with the design, let's say design alone, willing ka bang magka-phone na ganito?
Oo naman. Ganda, eh, ang ganda ng itsura niya, eh.
Interesting.
Yes.
Is it like unique or is it just like type?
Hindi naman sa sobrang unique, pero kasi compared sa mga lumalabas ngayon, iba siya, eh. Pero hindi siya talaga unique na as in through the decades. Parang
Uh,
hindi naman.
it's enough to stand out.
Parang gano'n.
Fair. Ikaw Grant, mukhang may
Yeah. So for one thing,
yeah.
Tip.
I
Ilang
know
ba talaga?
I know the brand ain't happy with the design kasi for example, for those watching the video, with me is the OnePlus 8 Pro. I have the transparent skin by jerry-rig everything. So medyo mabenta siya
Yeah.
for different phones. But if you really have a nothing one, di ba, it won't make any sense to buy the transparent skin kasi it's already transparent.
Oo.
So, let's see kung ano move ni T-Brand with this. And, ayun nga, number 2, since naisip ko yun, I think it will be a good phone here in the Philippines kasi lalo na pag nagko-commute ka and then they see your phone, it's transparent. So, they'll think, basag or kita na yung lamang loob. So, hindi na siya appealing na kawin.
May LED
So,
yan, di ba?
there's that stealthy vibe. So, for one of the reasons why I opted for a transparent skin din with my phone.
Mukhang
Kasi
wasak na yan, ah.
Yeah, akala nila wasak na.
Wala na yan.
Tech tips with Grant Sir.
Yes, so kunyari siyang sira para hindi
Yeah.
hindi mainit sa mata ng tao. But ayun nga, I'm concerned kung anong material nung likod. So I guess it should be the same with the screen na dapat Corning Gorilla Glass. But then again, ang ganda din ng effect niya kapag basag siya. 'Di ba? So there's that.
Baka ganun yung gawin ni Libran.
Basag na.
Basag.
Or baka yung interior talaga.
Yun na. Yung interior talaga. So ang hirap malaman. And then siguro nakaka-panic din if there's something that went inside na makikita mo okay may dust dito.
May langgam.
Yeah. May langgam, may nakapasok.
Sa loob.
May namamahay na pa.
May antik.
And ayun nga, yung dust din siguro. So over time mo maging dirty or cloudy na yung back panel niya. But at least since transparent siya, like the one on my skin, mabilis kong mag-guide yung wireless charging coil. So alam ko laging tama yung placement ko kasi when you look at the back of the phone, kita mo yung coil. So the same as the Nothing One. So easy guidance yung paglagay mo for wireless chargers. And I assume supported niya yung wireless charging kasi dun sa design may malaking bilog.
Yeah.
Plus another small circle. So dapat. And ayun nga, I think it's costly for them also to make it all white. Kasi when you look at other phones, so tignan nyo na lang yung site ng D-brand for the transparent ones. D-brand pa ka naman. Some phone brands have different colors din talaga. So may mga silver plating, lalo na kung it's reinforced. The PCB, okay, madali lang gawing black. Of course, yung mga gold platings din nung on some connectors, especially yung audio and of course yung mga kung anong receivers. So I think a lot of the cost ng phone will go to the aesthetics part, especially nga yung white na painting. So they have to make it not attract dust that much. Look into the design, and of course yun nga sa design, I think yung ginawa nilang cost saving measures is to apply parang covers na halata dun on what's being displayed on the screen right now. And I think sana hindi siya ganoon kabigat kasi if you use some sort of cover nga instead of making or painting it all white na lang yung mga internals mo, that will contribute to the weight. So sana hindi siya ganoon kabigat. And yung cameras look odd to me kasi yung white niya, there's parang putol yung ring nung white. So I think I hope it looks better in person than the renders kasi looking at the phone you have different shades of white. So sana it looks better in person. Sana mas refined na yung colors once you get it. And of course, kung may ibang color options kasi gusto ko ng iridescent, no? Parang RGB shine depending on the angle, but it's transparent. Diba? Nothing. On your next phone.
Let's go.
May design idea na kayo. If you're listening to the podcast.
Koreano edition.
Sabi ni John C. Fenreyes, tapos RGB pala yung ilaw, no?
Yes, so diba?
Imagine. I think my problem with the white, like as much as I like white stuff, after a while it turns yellow.
Yeah, either yellow or dirty gray.
Yeah.
So
Dirty gray, hindi pa eh, pero yung medyo yellowish. Pero, yeah, that's when you kind of know it's like, ugh.
Off-white.
Sabi daw ni Martin, gagawin ni D-brand proper na takip para sa mga ayaw makita yung loob. Sila mismo gagawa nung typical design ng ano. That would be pretty interesting. I one thing I'm guessing from the phone one based on their photos is that it's not gonna be like the best camera because you're only dealing with two like first you're dealing with two camera sensors. Whereas most phones either have a bigger aperture camera
Mhm.
or they just have like multiple, like at least three. Like even iPhone now usually has three or like two at the most. But nothing like, even if we say that Google Pixel and iPhone um use like two cameras, I think nothing does can compare to the infrastructure and the budget of Google and Apple as far as like development goes, and research and development, I mean. So it'll be pretty interesting to see how the phone actually is in the real world, like, especially with the camera. Because I personally use my phone for browsing, like mainly for browsing and social media, light gaming ish, because I'm mostly a PC gamer, and then a lot of I use the camera, so it will really depend. But I am very much interested to have it on me. Digital Walker, baka naman.
Hindi na makahinga eh.
Bulong yun. Bulong lang yun. Baka naman. Ikaw, Eman, what do you think of the phone one? Design-wise? Expectations?
Well, yung likod, well, it will be interesting to see kung anong cases yung gagawin nila for this one, no? Because obviously, you cannot cover the back. Kasi, if you cover it with a case, then pointless na kung transparent likod ka pa, tatakpan mo rin
Labo.
naman ang case, di ba? I mean, ganun din naman, di ba? So obviously, case brands will have to work around that, no?
Hmm.
To make sure na at least, no, kita pa rin yung yeah, maybe not truly parang fully transparent, no? But maybe like a clear gray, no? A clear white case, no? Uso yun before eh, di ba? Yung mga clear white cases. Until now, yun. So that they can still preserve the looks, no? Otherwise, it would be pointless. As far as I remember, meron ding mga LED yan eh, na ilaw, no? Doon sa demo,
Parang,
parang mga nagbi-blink-blink na LED somewhere doon sa likod, no? And I guess that's a good touch. I hope it doesn't drain battery so much, no? Hindi ko alam kung para saan yun. I don't know if that's like gonna be in the final product, no? Because sometimes yung mga ganyan, when they release it, no, iba, totally yung itsura. Diba?
true.
I mean, for all we know, baka pinapakita lang nila yan. And then eventually, hindi naman pala transparent. We don't know. Diba?
Malulungkot ako kung ganun.
Possibly. Gusto lang, ito yung likod. Ito yung laman.
Yung taas lang.
Showing off lang. And then pagdating sa
Joke
dulo, we decided na mas matibay pala yung hindi na transparent. No?
You see nothing.
Oo nga naman kasi you see nothing, 'di ba? You don't see anything, 'di ba? Kaya gano'n. Anyway, apart from that, I think I think it stands out, no? Because wala namang masyadong phone na transparent talaga yung likod, no? So I hope, it lives up to the hype that it generated. If it's gonna have for the cameras, I hope that's I hope that's an ultra wide, no, and a main.
Yeah, same.
It could be kasi a telephoto and a main, no, telephoto and or a depth and a main, no? Depende yan. Hopefully it's an ultra wide. At least for me, I prefer ultra wide kasi more than telephotos,
I
no.
agree.
But some people, no, some people prefer telephotos or ultra wide. No, but then again, why didn't they just put three? No, but then again, baka yun yung limitation din nung SoC.
Yeah,
No?
true.
Baka they're trying to focus more on quality, no? More on quantity. More on quality, less than quantity. No? Baka they're going for the highest resolution that's supported by dual cameras. For that, no, instead of splitting it into three, no, na lower resolution yung lower megapixel, lower resolution yung third camera. Kung
Sana ganun.
Just like the you know, yung mga trashy 2 megapixel macro sensors na ginagamit. Eh,
Yeah.
sorry.
For the sake of being there.
Just for the sake of meron silang triple camera, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Sana hindi gano'n, no? I hope they don't go for that route in the final version yan. No?
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and then I hope there's also a black, no? Or also there's also like a silver or a black version, I guess. No, for those don't prefer white. Not all people prefer white kasi. Some people like black, no. Kung ayaw mo medyo, yun nga, kasi nga pag medyo nadumihan, no? Nadumihan yung loob, kitang-kita yan pag, you know, pag nakaharap ka doon sa crush mo, tapos naka-text kang ganun. Ay, siya, dumi ng phone mo sa likod, kitang-kita. Eh, kung black, hindi kita. Diba? Saka yun nga, problema dyan, yung dust. Lalo na dito sa atin, nako, good luck. At least, dito nga sa amin, hindi ko maalis-alis yung dust nung isang telepono dito. Kaya kada punas ko, naladagdagan eh.
Meron na
Hindi nababawasan. Doon ako nababate. Pagtingin ko sa bihol ko, uy, teka lang. Ang dami.
Punas lang.
Kulang sa punas. Di ba? Kasi yung basahan ko mismo, may alikabok. So, so yun, isa pa yung problema. And then again, yung mga langgam, no? Naman dito, mahilig tayong kumain habang nag-chat, diba? Kasaragin mo lang dyan. Bukas may langgam na yan sa loob. Kita mo yan.
Yun yung mga usyo pag may langgam sa loob tapos isa lang siya. It's like, oh my.
Tapos makikita-kita mo gumagapang-gapang. Tapos yung feeling na wala kang magawa. Alam mo yun, yung wala kang magawa para to get rid of that.
Yep.
Yung pinagdadasal mo na lang na doon ka na.
Makaalis siya.
Try mo sa monitor. Pag nakakita ka na lang na gumagapang dyan sa gitna ng monitor mo minsan, sa loob.
Hassle yun, nangyari sa akin yun.
Hindi mo naman masundot. Kasi baka masita.
Doon mo pwede pisilin.
Personally, yung monitor ko dito sa bahay, may ganun. Meron akong alaga lang dito na gumagano.
Dito yung exit.
Minsan. Kaya hindi ko na pinapansin. But anyway, those are the things that are quite, that would be, honestly, those are little concerns. No? Those are very minor concerns.
Yeah.
But they could disrupt your experience when you have those things. No? So I hope they consider that in the final design, no? In the final version of this. And pinakita naman nila yung display. Itong likod lang.
Likod lang so far.
Likod lang. Okay, so rumor lang pala yan nandun sa isang article. Anyway, I also hope that the front is as good as the back, no?
True.
Baka kasi mamaya, ganda-ganda ng likod, 720p yung unahan, no? Galing! Diba? Anyway, I hope it's AMOLED, no? I hope it's AMOLED.
I hope it's
high refresh rate.
Maski hindi sa AMOLED sa akin eh. If it means like tempered, like hindi masyado mahal yung phone. Pero high refresh rate.
Yeah. Well, kaya naman na yan ngayon. I mean, with the technology now. You can go AMOLED and high refresh rate.
Tapos 90.
That's the sort of the trend that's going on eh. Hindi ka na makakita ng parang IPS ngayon na lalo sa mid-range. They're all going for AMOLED na. So yun, I guess this is becoming the trend. No? And that's good. No? I hope it's at least 90 hertz. At least. No? At least. Though honestly, in 2022, you would expect 120 hertz na on a phone like that. No? I believe Snapdragon 7 Gen 1 is what? Top mid-range. So kung top mid-range yan, dapat you're gonna expect 120 hertz there. No? And I hope they put a big battery on it. No? Yun yung, I think for me, one of the biggest things. Kasi a lot of phones today, no, even the flagships, recent flagships, they're all around 4,005, ganun.
Sana 5,000.
They're no longer bordering that 5K. Remember when they're doing a lot of phones in the mid-range were like pataasan sila. Na 5K, pinakamababa na yung 5K milliamp hour. Ay ngayon, we're back to 4,000, no? But then again, uso na ngayon yung dual battery, dual cell design, no?
Yeah.
So they can put in a larger battery split with faster charging.
Faster charging, yeah.
So I hope it has that, no? At least a decent battery na sana at least 5K at the minimum. Fast charging to me, not so much. Just fast enough that you won't stay very very long in beside the socket, no.
Mm.
Tipong to me maybe 1 hour. 1 hour is acceptable to me as the fast charging, no.
Mhm.
Uh,
True.
2 hours is still pwede na.
Mm.
Pero wag naman sana. So yun, and I hope it's USB-C of course, and I
Of
hope
course.
I'm not sure about expandable memory,
Mhm.
expandable storage pala. Hopefully it has,
Mhm.
no? Because a lot of the phones these days, no, they're now going for no expandable storage,
Yeah.
no. Karamihan ngayon ng phones wala ng expandable storage, no. Um, and ano pa ba? Headphone jack, of course. Honestly, it's fine without. Ako okay lang. But I would guess a lot of people would love to use their wired headphones on this thing.
Mhm.
No, no. Ay, wait lang. Oo nga pala.
May
You should.
TWS
Oo nga
sila.
pala. Oo nga pala. Pag ganun kasi, hindi sila bibili nung Hero One. Kasi
Oo.
wireless yun eh. No?
Oo.
So baka alisin na nila yan totally to promote
Yeah.
the Hero One. Oh, unless they're gonna release also a wired version of it. Diba? Diba?
Tapos
So,
transparent din yung cable.
yeah. Well, there are transparent cables, no? Even
No.
for
Mga IM.
yung mga usual IAM, there
Mm.
are transparent cables. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Ayun. Wireless charging, did they say it will support wireless charging?
Yes.
It does. Okay. That's nice. So you basically get the premium features, no? Ayun nga, I just hope that at the end of the day,
Galawang OnePlus.
it lives to its expectations. OS, okay, no? OS.
Nothing
Uh,
OS. So
oh,
wala siya OS.
wala OS.
Yung sa
Another
baga.
another thing that that they have to look onto is yung after sales support is how frequent do they send out updates, no? Can they guarantee you that this will last until Android 14 or Android 15,
Mm.
no? Kasi yun yung problema nung before, no? A few years back yan yung problema ng ibang brand, no? They had good phones but they weren't updating it as much. So meron kasi mga tao na medyo particular sa ganyan, that they wanna have the latest security patches every time, no? Ayun. So I hope they're also parang sana ma-update din nila regularly yung phone.
Mm. True.
And they I hope they listen to because I'm sure there are gonna be, with every product launch, there are gonna be bugs. No?
Mm.
There are gonna be bugs, surely yan. Meron yan. No? So I hope they listen to their customers. And I hope they regularly patch things up.
Mhm. I agree.
Eventually, yeah. Of course, the price. Sana maganda.
Actually, although given na yung galawan niya parang early OnePlus,
Hmm.
I think I think it's safe to expect that he's a mid-range price.
Yeah,
Despite
probably a premium mid-range yan.
yeah,
Yeah.
despite halos flagship level
Uh,
of performance. Safe to
if
say.
you would guess,
Yeah.
how much do you think this thing should be priced?
Hmm.
Locally.
Grant as a OnePlus former OnePlus fan.
Mm. I believe they'll aim towards Nord levels, mga 20 to 25.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Roughly $500 price range, 500, 600.
Mm. That's a good level.
And siguro at least 6 gig or 8 gig RAM configuration plus
Hmm.
probably 128 gigs. So sana expandable storage kasi with OnePlus devices hindi siya expandable. So
Hmm.
I hope they make that change or they apply it.
Ikaw, Migs, anong tingin mo price range na local?
Siguro lowest, medyo wishful thinking. Siguro nasa 18, ganun. 18K. 18 to
Yeah.
25.
Actually, yun din naisip kong price range. Sa upper, malapit sa 20K to around 25 is
Para
a
maging
safe.
competitive talaga.
Especially since it's their first device, it kind of has to stay in that price range. Because launching a totally new device in higher than that, you kind of it kind of gets dodgy from there. Sabi ni John Stephen Arias, 30 to 35 seems pretty high, but I can see it. Ikaw, Emman, anong unexpected mong price range?
I would go with around 20 to 25 siguro. They wanna compete with the Nord line, no?
Mhm.
And they wanna compete with the high mid-range products din ng ibang brand, which is nandun na sa ganong price range. No? Yun, 20 to 25. Probably I hope they offer, I hope they offer like, yun nga, an 8 gig and say something higher than that, like a 12 or a 16 gig RAM version. So that yung mga hindi naman kailangan ng sobrang daming RAM and storage can offer the more affordable variant, and then those who want the highest variant can go for that. No, it's always good to have a choice.
Yeah.
Ayun.
I think
And I hope it comes with good warranty and maybe a good case.
sana
And I
dalhin
hope
sa
I hope it comes with a charger in the box.
yeah. Actually,
Uh,
actually more important.
tendency kasi is baka wala, diba? Kasi with everybody going for no charger, to quote and quote, baka save the environment. Alam naman natin yung tunay na dahilan pero yun na yan. I hope it comes with a charger. At least you have an option. No?
Yeah.
At least you at least give the people the option.
Yeah.
One brand did that before, diba? That you can opt not to get the charger, or you can opt to get the charger at the same price. No, so kung medyo environmentalist ka, you wanna save save Mother Earth, hindi na ako sa charger. Meron ako sariling GAN charger sa bahay, which is good. Okay. Pero kung no, I wanna get what the most of what I pay for. So I need that charger. Kahit ipatago ko lang yan. Kasi tataas yung resale value niyan. Pag may charger.
Ito. Box and charger.
Yeah. Headphones, not really necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has some sort of headphones at home.
Yeah, naman.
Unless they partner up with somebody, who can supply a decent headphone sa box, no? I wouldn't mind the CX302 in the box, no? Sennheiser, hello. Hi. Gusto niyo mag-partner. Kasi CX302 lang, okay na yan.
Yep.
Yeah, because nobody has done it before, no?
Yeah.
Nobody has partnered with an audio company to bring an audio, a decent headphones inside the box, no?
Yeah.
It's always the default thing, no? I guess except for Sony. I mean, Sony makes nice. The included headphones are really nice. But nobody has partnered with a brand.
I think one thing, like last point, I think one thing that I'm curious is how far do they have fast charging? Because I think a lot of the companies now, like a lot of the established ones at least, have pretty high fast charging, but that's after many years of research and development. So
Yep.
I'm not sure how far nothing has gone as far as research and development for fast charging goes. But at least I hope it's pretty decent.
Well, if they decide to go the Oppo route, they can go for the Vogue. No? VOOC is pretty
Yeah.
good now. Uh, with the Find X5 Pro, grabe yung charging nito. Around
But
1 hour lang.
it'll be, I don't know. Doesn't seem like they partnered with any maker. So
Yeah, they'll probably name it something else.
yeah, it'll be pretty interesting to see. Although as you said earlier, as long as it doesn't charge like 2 hours, as long as it doesn't
Yeah,
take 2 hours to fully charge, we're
yeah.
we're good.
Okay na ako dun.
5 watt charger
Kasi
lang.
you also have to balance
Five
the
what?
health of the battery itself.
Mm.
True.
Kasi it's a pain to the battery when you charge it so
Yeah,
fast. No.
that and AI, the AI of the phone, because I think that's another thing that a lot of the phones nowadays, like a lot of the manufacturers work on, is the AI. So like battery life management and all that stuff.
Yep.
I wonder how far nothing has gone in the short span that it has.
Mm.
It'll be interesting to see how far they'll offer. Sabi ni Gian, Poco F2 GT 120 watts. Grabe, 20 minutes lang full. Oh my goodness.
Parang nakakatakot na eh.
Oh, well, kung tested naman, why not? Also, gusto ko yung price guess ni Gian. Sobrang eksakto eh. 24,999.
999 or 995. Yun na lang.
Or 990. Pero yung sa atin, yung price range eh. Parang 20K, ganyan. Hindi eh. Si Gian, 24,999. uh, good stuff. John Stephen Reyes says it's all or nothing for nothing. That's true. That's very true. I think I hope as a fan of the brand, personally, I hope that they hit the mark with the phone one, because I think this is gonna be their make or break. Whether or not they'll leave their mark in they'll leave their brand in the industry, because I think this is their biggest launch. This is, yeah, because I was about to say, like, this is the biggest launch, and then I'm like, yeah, because what else would they release that's pretty big? A laptop? Probably not. A tablet? Maybe, but who uses
Pwede.
tablets? So I think this will be the make or break for them. If it's gonna be I think it's gonna be, one, how good does the phone perform in the real world, and two, how how good is the pricing. I think they have to manage both of that, because if it's overpriced and doesn't perform well, that's gonna be a no. If it's overpriced but it performs pretty well, it's probably also gonna be a. I mean, in general, if a price is high, most people won't get it. Like, even if it looks interesting. So it will really fall onto the pricing, and also if Digital Walker brings it to the Philippines, or else we'll never see we'll never see the device. You can only speculate on its performance. So, Digital Walker, baka naman.
Biglang ganun eh.
Of course.
Is it a limited edition ba? I mean, are they only gonna make like a certain number ba?
For
Kasi
the
nakalagay
phone,
kasi nakalagay dun sa side ng phone. Ano yun? Parang 1 out of 100.
I
Nakalagay.
think that's the initial run of it. Mukhang ganun yung
Yeah.
Masarap yung ganun, no? Meron ka ng number 3 of 100.
Imagine if you
number
have
60
number
na.
1. Yun!
Number 1. Kaya lang, again, the drawback kasi dyan is yan. Yun nga, ikaw yung test subject.
Oo.
Kasi Gen 1 eh. Ikaw yung test subject.
Gusto yung consistency, Emman, sa Gen 1. Halos every stream yata na
Guinea-pig.
Oo. Pero, totally understandable. Sabi ni Gian, may stock
Totoo
X
naman.
version. Ano yun, Mix?
I mean, totoo naman yun na pag mga Gen 1 usually, guinea pigs.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a
Pero
praise to being an early adapter.
that's true. But also, since it's their first phone, I think this should be this should be a really really good performing device. Otherwise, it could be the downfall of the brand.
I hope they know how to manage expectations.
That's true.
Kasi some people will
Eh,
probably,
the hype is
lalo
pretty
na
high.
dito, 'di ba? Lalo na dito.
Oh.
Alam mo yung
Siyempre.
dito.
Although I don't think the hype is too high in the Philippines. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But it'll be interesting to see a new device out in the market, like out on the streets, right? Like, imagine seeing someone use like ear ones or like phone ones out in like I don't know, Makati or wherever you are.
Dapat pala lagi nakataob 'yan, eh.
Actually, well, to be fair,
So you can show off the back.
it's time to use it like that. It also helps your posture, do wala gano'n.
Baka kaya siya merong LED light sa likod. I
Para
get it.
pansin.
Para
Para
pag may
pag
notification ka, iilaw siya. Kasi hindi mo
para sa Oppo.
kasi hindi mo nakikita yun kasi lagi nakataob eh. Kasi pinapakita mo yung likod. Hindi yun yung iilaw.
Although I'm not gonna lie, whenever I'm out and my phone's out of my pocket, it's also face down, regardless of which phone I use.
Natatakot ako mag-face down kasi baka magasgasan yung screen ko.
Ako naman, ayoko magaskasan yung likod. Mas mahirap pa magaskasan yung camera, yung camera module eh. Kasi sa display medyo tanggap ko na eh. So yeah, we hope. I think it's safe to say we hope that both devices perform well. I think a new company in the tech space is always welcome, especially if it's bring something different, even if it's just aesthetics.
Magawa tayo. Something
Tara.
naman. Something.
Yeah.
Sila wala, tayo meron.
There's something in nothing, diba?
Tapos magko-collab, no? Something po.
Yeah.
Cheat lang sa StarCraft, eh, no? Ganun.
Power overwhelming.
Ay, nako.
Wild yun. Yeah. I honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I hope they do well.
Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah. And I also hope they have merch.
Yeah.
May jacket, gano'n, t-shirt.
Wear nothing.
Sana dalhin ni Digital Walker dito. Pati yung merch ko meron.
Baka naman.
May bag, no? Bag. I carry nothing. Nakalagay doon sa
yeah, diba? Ganda.
There's nothing here. There's nothing here.
Nakalagay
doon sa case niya, no? Yung there's nothing here.
I'm excited for like their other devices because I know they want to make a holistic experience as far as tech.
Yep.
So
nothing first.
Yeah, diba? So I think it's like assuming this hits and they like keep going. I'm kind of excited for it. But yeah, I think that's it for tonight.
Yeah.
It was quite an interesting discussion of nothing at all.
All for nothing.
This is all for nothing. Not sponsored, by the way. We just wanted to talk about a brand that is coming to the Philippines thanks to Digital Walker. I honestly have been writing about this brand since last year.
And
no. And I've always been excited for it, and I was excited to hear that it was coming here.
Baka naman.
Like I remember when I woke up that day when Gian sent in the PR for that, I was like, oh my god, it's coming here. Because I never expected it to come here. That's just me. But yeah, thank you for those that listened in and tuned in for in our discussion of nothing, I'll say hi to people. It's dropped by Bernadette Gonzalez, Clark Alonso, Martin Patino, John Stephen Reyes, Blank. Thank you guys for dropping by the stream. Before we what was that? Sorry.
Wala.
Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. Before we, I learned a lot about nothing. Exactly, Martin. Let's wish nothing but the best. Yes. Yes, John Stephen Reyes. Before we end, what's in store for Emman Tortosa in the coming weeks? Any reviews in that we can divulge or not? Hello?
Wala yung audio.
Emman, I think you're muted.
We can hear nothing.
Hi, hello. Hi. Sorry. Hi.
Yan.
Sorry.
We hear
I'm
nothing.
just
Yeah.
I was just testing the sound, the mute button of my
Very
Naka-on
nice.
yung mute button. Di pa ako sanay eh. Sorry.
Good to know that it works.
Yeah. May color coding nga siya. Hindi ko napansin. Kulay pula pala.
Rest
Ibig
assured
sabihin,
that it works.
Nakamute pala ako. Diba?
Yes. Okay.
Anyway, ayun, as I was saying, Oppo Find X5 Pro review is coming up. And we also have the Vazer Barracuda Pro review coming up. Malalaman nyo kung okay siya as a gaming and a music headphone with its ANC. Ano pa ba? We got a bunch of other phones, but probably next week na yun. Realme C35 review. We also Infinix Note 12. Yeah, here. And yun. So medyo packed pa rin tayo kahit maraming events. So yeah, I do expect a lot of event coverage, press releases this week and next week. Ayan.
Ikaw, Grant, anong bago sa PC space? Mukhang may boxes ka sa ano mo.
Yes, actually, sobrang timing lagi yung mga live natin for drops talaga for delivery.
Datingan eh.
Yeah, so I have here the BioStar Z690 GTA. So one of the last Z690 motherboards will test kasi parating na yung Force 13th Gen. Kahit di pa na-announce. Di pa siya leak. So we know it's coming. And of course, Ryzen 7000. And of course, I have again with me the 3070 Ti and 3080 Ti for the testing para sa 12 Gen test bench natin. And of course, yung pinaka-excited ako today I received was the cable mod cables that cable mod sent us. So if you want to get coiled cables, guys, go visit Cable Mod. May ongoing promo code sila, Philippines 40. And of course, we'll have a walkthrough on our site on how to order. Of course. And so what I have here, quick run through lang, 2 coiled cables, USB Type-C for keyboards. So I have one with the quick disconnect and another one na plain lang. Plus, they also sent me, sakto yung timing talaga with the FE series cards. Actually, hindi ko lang siya mahanap. Ayun. So, I have here the 2x 8-pin to 12-pin microfit connector. So, mahaba na siya. Hindi ko na kailangan gamitin yung included ni NVIDIA in the box. So, thank you, Cable Mod, for those cables.
Thank you.
And of course, stay tuned for our article on our site regarding the Cable Mod store purchase experience. So, we did order it directly from Cable Mod. So, ayun. Of course, more events coming this week and next week, I believe. So, from different brands, bawal pa ata sabihin since it's a launch event. So, and ayun, I believe tomorrow we'll have an article about the Legion 5i Pro. Unfortunately, nabalik ko na, hindi ko na mapapakita, but stay tuned for that tomorrow. So, yeah, that's it for me.
Yung cable mod is cablemods.com?
Cablemod.com, yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Migs, anong sayo?
Tuloy lang ang pag-churn out ng news.
Yeah.
Yan. Subaybayan niyo lang yun. Parating na news.
May bago ka ba music na dapat abangan ng mga tao?
Sa ngayon wala pa. Soon.
Yan, exciting. Abangan niyo yan. Maybe next episode.
Sana.
Yeah. Ako, I have the Huawei P50 right here. It's gonna come out at least by next week. It is an interesting device to say the least. Um, I think that's it for me, and I think a lot of news, as I can expect. It's gonna be pretty busy in gadget in the tech space. Yeah, I hope everyone that tuned into the live stream enjoyed the discussion. If you're listening in, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to check out if you guys want to read up on nothing and the
Everything.
devices that came out. Oh, nothing and everything at the same time, actually. Thank you very much. You can check it out on gadgetpilipinas.net. Also you can abangan niyo yung Weekend Tech this Thursday. I think walang Weekend Tech last week kasi medyo mabagal yung work week. Yung news. And sabi ni Gian, nalabas na yung Vivo X80 review this week. So abangan nyo rin yan. If you guys wanna read up on like nothing, it's updates or anything tech related, you guys can check out our website, gadgetpilipinas.net. You can also check out you can also check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You can also look for Blip Bytes on whichever podcast platform you choose. Thank you guys again for dropping by. Sabi ni John Stephen Reyes, songwriter para si Sir Mix. Yeah. Abangan. Exciting. But yes, thank you guys for dropping by. This has been episode 8. Farewell. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.